Okay, do we have Paul here? Richard Leacock? No. Nigel Ellis? Dave Gardner?
Sorry,
Paul? Oh, Paul, thank you.
Right, thank you.
Good timing, Paul. Welcome.
Good morning. You Toto.
So just fire away when you're ready, and you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. You've just caught me a wee bit early, but that's fine. I'm happy
Yeah,
to talk.
we are going a wee bit ahead, so...
That's fine. Good, interesting panel. That's great. Well, Paul Loughton, and basically the reason I'm here today is that I'm endorsing the speed limit on Kennedy's Bush Road for 40k. I've lived in the area since 1980, and I know the road well. In fact, when I came there in 1980, there were no footpaths, just an open ditch on the side of the road, and outside my gate was an open road speed sign. And it was very pleasant in terms of traffic. You could walk up and down the road quite freely. And there were about 60 to 80 houses on the hill in total. Now, if we fast forward to 2023, and there's about 220 houses on the hill at the moment, and there's approximately another 100 to go. So quite a change in our neighbourhood over that point in time. Now, the problem with Kennedy's Bush Road is, if you can see on, I don't know if we're able to show the street view of this of Kennedy's Bush Road. Has somebody got control of that? Well, I need to do it. No? Okay. I was hoping it might have the street view up on the screen. I could talk to that. But that's all right. If you, I guess most of you folk here being Christchurch people will be familiar with Kennedy's Bush Road. Yes? Okay. The Horsewell Quarry, of course, was still operating in 1980. Today, it's a very popular holiday reserve. Reserve. And in fact, as I went down the hill this morning, there probably would have been 20 or 30 cars down there at 9 o'clock this morning, 8:30 this morning. Now, the problem we have is that the downhill straight, which is below my place, good, we've got it here, we're good, that's great, thank you, whoever's doing that. If we can now move slowly up the hill, that would be appreciated, thank you. Right, that's great. If we look at that on the right-hand side, all those driveways that exit there have to come uphill. So they're pointing your nose out onto the road, and there is very limited visibility. And the problem is, being a downhill road, of course, the speed picks up. And the recent traffic count done earlier in May showed a total of 1,400 vehicle movements a day during the week. 10% of them were heavy trucks. Interesting, it's got all the developments that are going on. And the average speed was the interesting factor. And I just look at my notes here, and I see that 38% of the downhill traffic was exceeding 50 k's. And the average speed downhill was 52. So you can get an idea that there's quite a few cars that are doing 60 plus down the hill. And coming out of those driveways on the right is it's not easy, but local people know about it, but you get courier drivers and visitors, etc., and there is a major problem. There have to be no accidents that I'm aware of, but it doesn't say there won't be in the future. On the left-hand side, if you move slowly up the hill there, you will see that there is no parking available, because as you get up where the trees are, about up there to the left anyway, there's, I think about right there, it's hard to see you back to front perhaps. Anyway, you can only really park on one side of the road because there's no way, you can't exit your vehicle on the other side, on the passenger side. And of course, when you've got parking on either side of the road, what do you have to do? You've got to go to the centre, which only compounds the problem, because when you get up the top here, further up the road, we come to an elbow bend, just up the top there, past that car, please. Yeah, further on, still. Here we go. Still on, further on. We can see these driveways coming out onto the road here. So we move on further up, please. Yeah. Okay. We've somehow quite skipped it, I think. But no, I keep going. That's all right. There we are. Good, there we are.
Slow down, slow down.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so it's very hard for me to follow too. But okay, we've now got an elbow bend here, and a very sharp one. And 243 virtually has a blind exit. See where these white marker posts are here going around the corner? Their driveway is right on the corner, but on the other side there are other exits as well. It's quite a nasty corner. And of course, if you've got cars parked just before it, you swing out and you're over the centre line. So it's not very good. And as we go further up the hill again, yes, that's good. We come to another rise on the hill, and visibility you see there? Okay. So then cars come below this hill here on the left-hand side, visibility is very poor, because cars come sweeping over the hill at 60 plus, and you don't have much time to get moving.
So you've got 5 seconds left.
5 seconds left,
Yes.
that's all right, we'll quickly talk. So that's the area, of course, as you're coming down the hill, it is a bit like a river. It starts off as a stream at the top, and by the time you get down the bottom, there's the 1,400 cars a day, 700 each way on the road. Up the top is not such an issue as you go further up to the new subdivision, because that's the area which is the beginning of the road.
Yeah, so you're supporting a slower speed zone there. It's much safer.
So,
Right.
okay, so I hope I made the point clear. What we're trying to achieve is just to endorse what you folks are saying and keep that speed down, much as I regret to say it was open road when I first went up there,
Thanks, Paul.
but that's the point.
Very good, very clear.
Okay. Any
Just
questions?
A note. Yeah. Well, we're out of time for questions, but thank you very much for your submission. And I'd just note as well, we had a very good presentation to our community board a couple of months ago, which was around visibility around Kennedy's Bush Road,
Correct.
which is something that we're currently awaiting advice on what our options may be around visibility. But if we're able to also note that.
Well, we just have a quick look
well.
at that screen now. You
Yeah.
see all these trees and shrubs you've got growing on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So that's helpful, Paul, and you know the community board's onto it, and we've taken note of everything you've said in your submission. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, thank you. Okay.
Nigel Ellis.